Welcome everybody to the first ever Eternal Champions Series tournament. My name is Dilbo Dabgins. That is Dilbo with a B. I am very pleased today to bring you the very first Hunger Dome match in this tournament. Today with me, we have the one, the only Pace 22. How are you doing today, Pace?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for having me. Excited for the Crowfall Hunger Dome. If you guys have never seen my channel before, if you've seen the game Sea of Thieves, you've probably at least seen or heard of me in some capacity. And I'm happy to bring some MMO content to the Hunger Dome.
Yeah, I'm super excited about this. So we have a Hunger Dome video to show you guys that will go over kind of what it's all about before we get into today's show. I'm super excited about this. If you don't know what Hunger Dome is, it's a brand new arena style game mode that the game Crowfall, which is a PvP MMO throne war simulator currently in beta, has put together. All the teams competing today will be competing in this new game mode, Hunger Dome, and competing to win it till the end.
Welcome to the Hunger Dome, the world's first massively multiplayer online battle arena. A competitive PvP match where 12 teams fight for control of a dying world. Each team has 5 players. Bring in your favorite Crowfall character or select from a list of max-level archetypes. Teams begin on the outside of the map and must avoid the collapsing dome of fog or face elimination. Fight monsters or scavenge for equipment. Capture strongholds to bring fallen teammates back into the match. Each game match lasts 30 minutes or less if you are eliminated early. Good luck grows, and may the gods lead you to victory. In the end, only one team will survive the Hunger Dome.
So the Eternal Champion Series tournament is sponsored by our signature sponsor, Razer. We have collaborated with Razer to communicate or to work together with their Chroma Series peripherals for their Naga X mouse and their hyper responsive Black Widow version 3 keyboard. If you connect your game to these peripherals when you're using your abilities in game, the RGB on this gear will light up. That's pretty cool. I personally don't have anything that will do that right now, but I'm hoping to get my hands on some of this gear. I wonder what abilities actually correlate with them. There's a lot of like elemental abilities, so there's probably some like fire stuff, so it'll light up red, and ice that'll light up blue and stuff like that. We also have some Twitch drops for you guys. Oh, sorry, Pace, go ahead.
You're good, man. I was going to say with Razer, I actually use Razer MMO mice myself. I really have used those for most MMOs I've played. Just got a lot of buttons, a lot of utility, so definitely a good pick for me personally.
Yeah. I actually have the Naga with the 12 buttons to play Crowfall with, but I'll have to get that Chroma integrated as when I get the chance. So we also have, and I know a lot of you guys are probably interested in this, we have Twitch drops today. First ever time Crowfall has ever had Twitch drops. You can connect your Twitch account to your Crowfall game account by going to crowfall.com/Twitch. We have some cool awards here for you today. Every 15 minutes that you're watching, you'll be able to win a specific reward. So after 15 minutes, you'll be able to win the Sun's Condemnation Sigil, which gives you a 2% bonus to critical strike. 30 minutes of watching, you'll be able to get the Piece of Me emote. And if you watch the entire game or 45 minutes, you'll be able to get the exclusive Purple Merchant Pag Pig mount.
Remember on those Twitch drops too, you got to go into your inventory and claim them. I know a lot of people sometimes forget to do that, so make sure that you, after the time, make sure you claim those drops from your inventory.
So we want to give you a little bit more about Hunger Dome, right? It's brand new to Crowfall. The devs just put it in. We've been working on it for the past maybe month and a half. All the teams that are qualified today have been practicing for this tournament. But what is Hunger Dome? If you don't know what it is, this is your first experience to it, right? So Hunger Dome is a arena style game mode that's kind of like a BR, kind of like a MOBA, right? You got 12 teams of 5 fighting to the death. You got a shrinking arena because of that circle, but what's cool is you can still resurrect, right? So you still have these point of interest that you can capture inside of the game. You got forts and outposts and keeps and castles, and we'll get into that as the game goes on. I'll be sure to point those out for you. But having a resurrection point inside of a BR game is extremely important. I think that was the first time we saw that pace was in Apex, but it's become kind of a staple of this game mode.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was very similar to Apex, but yeah, it's as the circle moves in, you need to make sure that you are defending and capturing those points, not only for the respawn, but a lot of the vendors are there too. So you're going to be trying to gear up and use the money you've been collecting fighting mobs to gear your character up so that you can take the next fight. So it's very important to hold all those domination points as the map gets smaller.
Yeah, and what's a little bit different about this BR than others is that there are multiple griffins on this map. By those keeps that you're looking at now, there are these griffins boss mobs that you can take down, and these boss mobs will give you legendary gear and special jewelry that you can only get that can help you win this match. Eventually the circle will close all the way to that very center point there and be on the castle, which leaves 1 point of resurrection left. So whichever team owns that castle at the very end of the match has a huge advantage, which is quite interesting. You don't see a lot of BRs with a lot of mobs to kill or bosses like that.
I think it's a good style because it promotes an active gameplay style. So like you can't just really
Yeah.
like hug the edge of the wall to the end. Like you need to be in there capturing points, capturing those special mobs, making sure that you're staying on top of your gear and getting in there to be able to win those fights. If you try to cheese it too much at the end, you're going to take a whooping by some of the people that have been more
Yeah.
active during that time.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So we also have another sponsor today. We would like to thank Alienware for sponsoring this tournament every single day, Saturday and Sunday for the month of May. We have a special collaboration with them that we're working with. So if you go over to the Twitter account Crowfall Game and retweet this tweet with this graphic in it with the amount of Ganetians that you see on screen, you can win an Alienware swag, which is a T-shirt. We'll be picking 10 winners to win this T-shirt at the very end of the stream. So stick around to make sure you can hear if you won or not. That's actually really cool. I didn't know it had the Crowfall Eternal Champions logo on it. That's really neat. I want one of those. But yeah,
Yeah,
so
those are
the
nice
Ganetians in
t-shirts
the
for
game.
sure.
Yeah, for sure. If you don't know what a Ganetian is, it's kind of like this little. It's a guinea pig, right? And it's actually a playable race inside of the MMO Crowfall. Yeah, that's a pretty good shot of him right there. That's him. He's as a Vanguard scout there. So you see, he's got the pistol in one hand and the sword in the other. They're really fun. They're really fun to play because they have a racial that allows them to go stealth. So you have inside of the MMO, you got a bunch of guilds that just run around with entire sets of Ganetians and pop out of the ground and kill people. Man, it's a good time.
Yeah, if you really want to get under some opponent's skin, yeah, roll a Guanetian and rumble them real quick and see how happy they're feeling
Yeah,
after the he scampers off into the dirt after he dunks on you. You know.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, so we have just some more tips to give you guys about Hunger Dome. If you're interested in playing Hunger Dome, make sure you go to crowfall.com and figure out sign up on there. We're also doing a bunch of collaborations with like Intel and Razer right now to be able to get some free keys to be able to play the game right now, so you can get into Hunger Dome. And if you're playing Hunger Dome for the first time, you might need some tips on how to win. So we have a list of tips here to hopefully help you learn the game.
So players get to choose from a set of archetypes when you play this game. So it's a little bit different than the normal mode, but you get to set up a couple different classes, make the right choice of what you play. It's a large part of your success if you pick, healer, tank, support. There's a bunch of different options in there. Whatever your play style is, there's something in there for you.
Communication is the key to success. You got to make sure you're talking to your teammates, because if you're not using voice and you're trying to attack the same person, you don't actually know who you're attacking, right? So you want to make sure you're communicating and you're identifying somebody to kind of drive your group, drive the battle of the fight, and whoever your leader is calling, that's the person you want to attack. When you're doing damage in this game, the focusing damage onto one single target is the best way to get an advantage, because as soon as you go up a player on the enemy, you normally have a better shot at winning. So another good tip is staying together as a team. You don't want to get separated at all, because when you get separated, like I said in the last tip, you'll be at a disadvantage compared to fighting other people, right? So if you go into a fight 3v5, the chances of you winning that fight are are really low. Um, so to keep people up on your team, you want to make sure you're owning, these points of interest on the map, right? So we have the keeps and the castles and the forts. So owning the stronghold gives you your team in a solid advantage over those who do not, right? So sticking together allows you to capture those outposts and capture those respawn points to be able to resurrect.
On top of that, you got to find that advanced gear. So, like we were talking about earlier, you don't want to be sitting in the background biding your time. You need to get out there. You need to be collecting some gold. You need to be going after those boss mobs. So, you want to be looking for that gear. You want to be capturing those stronghold points, and then be ready for the next fight, keeping your eyes peeled for the next set of enemies. And then, if you have gear that you can't use, you can actually trade it. So, the idea is, as you're farming mobs, you can drag and drop into your profile. You can share gear. You can share gold between your teammates, making sure everyone is ready to rumble into that next fight. And you don't want to waste anything and lose it in your inventory and let the other team pick it off it. And you want to check the houses and villages when you move around. There's other stuff too, so not just mobs, but you can pick up some other items too from other containers, treasure chests. You can get some bandages, which will help to heal you up as you go. And then you definitely want to make sure you hit the vendors on the strongholds, even if you don't have the time to capture.
So these vendors have special inventories in them that allow you to upgrade your gear as you go throughout the match, right? So as you get closer and closer to the castle, there'll be better and better vessels, or better and better vendors that you can buy from. And inside of the castle has the legendary vendor. So you want to make sure you save up enough gold so when you get to that castle, you have the legendary gear, which really makes a difference in this game, Pace.
Nothing better than getting a nice legendary piece of gear and seeing it do
Yeah.
its work in that next fight,
Yeah, for sure, for sure. It really does make a difference. And we'll see today, we'll see a lot of teams focusing on getting gold and trying to rush that legendary gear vendor to be able to get the best gear that they possibly can. So throughout today's show, we're going to be checking in on the leaderboard of the match. This is just an example of what it will look like. But when we pull this up, we kind of want to give you a walkthrough of what you're looking at here. So that way you're not kind of overwhelmed with all the statistics. The leaderboard will show how many kills the team has total, who on the team is doing the most damage, right? Who's healing the most as well. Yeah, so we're gonna be walking through this leaderboard multiple times throughout today's show, and let's check in and see who these teams are that are playing today. Pace, I think you have some friends that are playing on some of these teams, right?
I may know some of the Winterblades guys. I think they're ready to rumble today. Starting off with Gur Winterblades, Captain Darth Bun Bun. We got Heels on Yanni with Idsunori, Drop Dead, Captain Zivu, House of Vari with Captain Solane, CG Devils with Reckles, Clutch with Bohemia, Corvus Conscript with Dubby, Harbingers with Bool, Beef Brigade with Beef Dad, and Magnolia with Muffins.
Yeah, there's a lot of really strong players on these teams right here. So each one of these teams is broken down to the roles that they're going to be able to play, right? So we have 18 archetypes that the contestants are allowed to choose from between support, damage, and defense. Some of my favorite archetypes are the Earthkeeper for a healer, and we have the Alpha Warrior as like the big frontline damage dealer. You'll see him all the way on the right of your screen right there. He'll be in the front line, dropping out a lot of damage in today's events. And then we also have some defense characters, for instance, the Paladin, which I know is Pace's one of Pace's favorite classes, right?
Yeah, he's your battle buddy. He's in there fighting with you, but healing you at the same time. It's a pretty cool concept, actually.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah. I'm really excited about these archetypes because it makes, it makes the game kind of even, so everybody can play on the same playing field. While in normal Hunger Dome, you can actually bring in your character from the MMO, but for this tournament, we wanted to make sure, things were kind of even out, and so all the teams are picking from these archetypes. We're going to be checking in with Blazin first, the Guild Master of Legion of Death. Blazin, how are you, man? I'm excited that you're here. What are you looking forward to in today's show?
Oh, we have some real heavy hitters in this match. This first qualifier really could end up deciding a lot of this tournament. I'm excited to see how these teams, compete. This is going to be a close match.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. We have my good friend Bizra as another spectator today, the Guild Master of Hacks. Biz, my man, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Nice to see you guys. I'm Bizzer, aka Bizzer Hacks, and I'm going to be on the action like a tiger.
Like a tiger. All right, Biz. I appreciate that, man. All right, so we the next spectator we got is Furious Beard Show. He runs the Shire Rats. Remember us talking about the guinea pig guilds before? How you doing, Furious? Good to see you, man.
I'm doing good. How you doing, Dolo? How you doing, Pace?
I'm doing very well, man. Good to see you.
Yeah, I'm really
Thanks for
excited
controlling
about
that
this.
camera for us, man.
Yeah, no problem, man. No problem.
Eyes
Yeah,
on
I'm
the
really
ground,
looking
right? The gradations.
Yeah.
All right, the next spectator we got is Rufio. He's a good guy, been around the community for a real long time. What's up, Rufio? How you doing?
Hey, what's up, guys? It's great to see you. I am so excited for this match. We're really looking forward to the open field fights, and especially the range DPS. You know, that's my favorite. I've been playing that for a long time, so excited to see some awesome fights today.
Yeah, we should see a lot of wardens out there today, man. That's a good class to see out there. Coming up on our next spectator and our last spectator, we have Equinar. You may know him as running the Crowfall podcast. What's up, Equinar? How are you, man?
Oh, not too bad. How are you guys doing today? We got some super powerhouse guilds, so I'm excited to see hopefully some early knockouts just to push some of the pressure onto these teams to stop playing so defensively.
Yeah, for
Got to
sure.
see that action. I like it.
Yeah, for sure. So one last time, we would like to thank our sponsors, our signature sponsor, Razer, and our other sponsors, Alienware and Intel. Thank you so much for helping sponsor this event and providing prizes for the contestants in the finals. Intel has the new 10th gen Core i9 processor. I actually have this in my streaming rig. It's a pretty good processor. We're about to get into this match here. So when the match starts off, is what happens is we're kind of blocked up by this curtain here, I guess is what you could call it, right? So everybody spawns at these outposts, and eventually the curtain will go down and they'll move into the actual match. And the very first thing they'll see is this town here, and if you farm in this town, you'll get some gold. But as you can see, they're going to be moving through this this map here to try and either rush and try to get some gear before other people do, or try to farm some gold as fast as possible. It looks like we're with Darth Bun Bun Pace, and I'm pretty sure that's one of your buddies, right?
Oh yeah, these guys know the game very well. So they're rumbling in here, trying to get a little bit of that early game advantage. Obviously, they're taking a little bit of a split up to farm, but you got to be careful because you never know we're lurking around the next building. But they're going through some of the hunger right now, and then just trying to find the good pack of mobs, or maybe get into some of these buildings, finding some extra items.
It looks like Darth Bun Bun's crew is already running into heal on Yanni, getting heal on Yanni to run away. So what we see a lot of people do in the beginning of matches, they rush these hunger towns here with you see all these blue crystals coming out of the ground. These are called hunger towns, and inside of these there'll be chests that spawn that give you different gear. And it can be any type of quality from uncommon all the way up to legendary. What we see teams try to split up and rush to these towns to be able to get the gear before other people do. And so what Gur Winterblaze just did there is they had more people in that town and were able to scare off heals on Yanni, and they just got all the loot from this town.
Yeah, posture for position is important. So they got there first. They claimed the spoils.
So it sounds like we're getting an early fight on this fort over here from Rufio's spectator camera. We have, they were just taking out the mobs at this fort. So that's actually a good point. So on these forts here, they're not just easy. You can't just walk into them and take them, right? So you have to be able to get at least a little bit of gear before you try to take one of these forts. And once you have this fort, this will allow you to have a resurrection point until the end of summer. Once summer goes away, you can no longer spawn here, and there's 8 of these forts on the map. So it's really important to have one of these because not all 12 teams will have access to it. And it looks like
Jeez.
they're stopping at this vendor here too to try to gear up.
Yeah, the vendors right there. You can see on the left side of the screen. They're sitting there capturing the point, maybe hitting a couple quality gear upgrades here, and then going to prepare for their next fight after they secure this location.
Yeah, so like I mentioned before, the vendors get better the closer you get to the center. So the vendor there just sells some uncommon gear, some green gear. It's decent. It'll get the job done, right? You'd rather have gear than not have gear. But so now they have that fort captured. They're going to roll out and probably look towards either a keep or a griffin here. They're probably going to also try to get some more gold because, like I've said, the legendary vendor in the very center of the map costs 250, or I'm sorry, 2,500 gold per piece of gear. So you want to try to farm some gear, but they're going to be rushing over to this bank actually, and you can tell it's a bank by the construction that you can see here, how the pillars and the gate and all that kind of stuff. They're going to be getting hopefully this chest here, and there should be another vendor here as well. Let's see what type of chest they got. Oh, they got 2 blue chests. Nice. It looks like we have another team here capturing this fort as well. So we have 8 forts, 12 teams, right? So not every team is going to have a fort. It looks like Numph is on that Earthkeeper, my favorite healer in the game. Does a lot of healing, a lot of really burst, high heal, and can also buff its teammates to do extra damage.
What I like about the Earthkeeper too is it's very high skill ceiling. It's got a lot of placement really high heals, and I feel like if you are an advanced healer in the game, that'd be a really good archetype for you if you want to try to take a challenge to get those big burst heals.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, it looks like we're getting a fight here on the very on one of the forts. 2 teams. You saw a big neckbreaker come out from it looks like Death's team there. I wonder who's. It looks like one member's already down. It looks like it's a 4v5. No, I'm sorry. It's still a 5v5.
They're just trying to push them off this point right now. As you can see here, this Templar is parrying, so that's a really strong ability. So if anyone hits him while he's doing that, he can have a retaliate to knock them down, which is a good riposte, I should say. But yeah, he's sitting here soaking up some damage, drop some heals for his team right there with that green circle, and they're just trying to hold this point as long as they can, so they can capture the point as they fight.
Yeah, that's what they're trying not to come off of the point, because as you can see at the top of your screen there, nobody owns this point, right? So, and the more if you have more people on it than the other team, they'll capture it.
They can respawn
like
in the fight, yeah.
Yeah, and then they can respawn, and then they're just back in the fight consistently, right? It doesn't look like any team's really getting the upper hand in this. Switching over to Rufio now. Looks like we got two more teams fighting it out at the base of a keep here.
They're outside right now, rumbling on the rock, trying to use that high ground a little bit. It looks like.
Yeah, you see that Titan, that two-handed Minotaur, doing a lot of damage here. It looks like Zebu, to the team captain, actually has dropped dead. He's getting really low here. Vishan's gonna, he's on that paladin, trying to get some AoE heals out for his team. Lot of damage coming out from both
is
teams.
taking place right now.
Yeah, they're like, you know what, man? Yeah, they're not going to win this, so they're just getting out. They're trying to live to fight another day.
Yeah, so if you don't get that respawn, even if you do lose a team member, you still are in the fight. So I mean, you can still pull off some plays at the end, down a man late game.
Yeah, it's really important to try to get those reses. Oh, so this fight is still going on. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, this is a good tug of war right here. So I think they finally have pushed them back enough, though. They're going to get this respawn point. Probably, most likely, their team's going to back off and find some other ground, some stronger footing to come back and fight later.
Yeah. So now that they have that point, they're just gonna be able to use this vendor freely, get some better gear. Heals on Yanni is the team we're looking at right now. Looks like they have an Alpha Warrior, a Frost Weaver, I wasn't able to get eyes on the rest of them, but now that they have this fort, they can kind of farm freely, and they'll have to keep an eye on it because that team was close to them, and if that team tries to come back cap them while they're not there, then they try to retake it. They won't have that resurrection point anymore. But it looks like they're moving towards the center of the map. They might be trying to rush a griffin. Yeah, so we're at kind of the end, the end of the spring here. We're about to move into summer, and so what happens is that as the seasons go on throughout the match, right, each resurrection point goes away technically, kind of. So when you go through spring, when spring is over, you can no longer spawn at the outpost that you first started the match in. Looking at this leaderboard here. Oh yeah, so this is a good shot, Pace. This is a good shot of
hot spots, right?
Yeah, for sure. And you can see who's who's doing well and who isn't. It looks like Kane's team has 2 forts up there on the top right, although one of them's under attack right now, and it looks like people are already starting to take the keeps.
See, this is a really good shot popping up there, changing hands.
Yeah, so I mean, as people start moving towards the center, there's less and less resurrection spots.
And I like the fact too that you can kind of see during the match, like if you want to get involved, you can get in and go to those hot spots.
Yep, for sure. And it also shows you that if you're away from a resurrection point that you hold, you can look at the map and be like, oh man, our stuff is getting taken, right? And you can go back to it.
You got to make that decision.
So now
do you want to go back?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, do you want to go back, or you just want to keep on pushing forward towards the keep that you were going towards or whatever? But if you do that and you die, then you have no resurrection points. So
exactly, you got to be pretty confident in your team play there.
It doesn't look like this team's gotten in any fights. Maves Morales already has 1 kill under their belt. Dorian's Hunters has 2 team kills. So yeah, so we're getting some fights. People are dying, but nobody's wiped out yet. Everybody is either got a resurrection point or they're utilizing the spawns on the map to their advantage. Oh man, it looks like we have a fight outside of this fort here. Beef Dad.
I love the town battles here, man.
Yeah, these are cool. Because the thing is you can run around in these towns and like lose the enemy based on the line of sighting, like in the houses and stuff.
Exactly.
Man, Beef Dad has everybody on him. Beef Dad goes down. That was the leader of the Beef Brigade.
Losing your leader is not usually a good sign. This team better pull it together.
So what we just saw there, Nert, he was on a Confessor, and the Confessor ultimate actually allows that character to go stealth. So you saw that big flash of light, and he was able to stealth and kind of lose this team for a moment, but now that they got his scent, they're back on him. I wonder if this team has a resurrection point. We might see the first knockout here.
Yeah, that was a good push.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
we were just talking about, they're trying to lose him through the hallways of the town, but these guys they were on point. They're cleaning up. It looks like right now they're finding these guys trying to hide in the town, and I don't think he's getting away. It's gonna be trouble. It's gonna be trouble.
I mean that invis is really strong, and if he can't see if the enemy team tracking him doesn't have any type of perception ability or any type of stealth detection, he might be able to get away. He's still going.
Okay, he's making a good effort for sure.
Yeah, he did.
There.
Oh man. So it looks like this team has a pretty standard comp. We see that Paladin, we see the Alpha Warrior, we see the Crusader. We also
they're
see
kind of a rumble
Titan.
Squad. I like it. Yeah, I like this squad. They
sure.
got a rumble team. They're trying to get in there. They're staying close knit, and they're trying to get capitalize on those Paladin heals and just start swinging.
Yeah, the combination of the Titan, which Little Sunflower's playing in Shadow Disciplin's Alpha Warrior, that's a lot of frontline damage for sure.
Yeah.
They're going to be taking
I'm a
this
fan.
fort away. They're going to be taking this fort away from Canes. Oh man, we got another fight going down on for a keep here. One of the 4 keeps on the map. Looks like Gur Winterblades. We're in with Semisoft right now on that Warden. Oh man, they just pushed off this enemy team here. They said, this is our keep. You're not taking this.
That's just how it goes sometimes in the community, man. You got a couple names, you see some threats pop up.
Yeah, for sure.
They, you know, they were willing to let that one go, probably for now. At
Guys,
least,
that was Winterblades
a little bit
versus
later in the match.
Winterblades.
Yeah, the cool thing about this community for Crowfall is like everybody kind of knows each other right now, right? So and all these people playing, they've been playing together for months, right? So you can kind of know, okay, if we're going to get in this fight, we got to make sure we have the upper hand. And that enemy team got in this fight and it was like, oh, we can't win this, so they had to get out.
I mean, that's just part of the strategy, so that's a good move either way, you know, live to fight another day. That's just how it has to go, especially in BRs, man. You know, anything can happen at the end, especially when third parties start happening. Fourth parties, you just never know. So you gotta pick your times and get in there and make that sneaky attack, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I wonder if anybody's gotten a Griffin. We haven't seen anybody get a Griffin yet today. I'm sure.
What does that typically happen?
So yeah, it normally happens
Like
around in between like the forts and keeps, right? So the keeps will open up about midway through summer, and that's when you can go actually capture that. And so when people are leaving those forts after they've captured the fort and on their way to the keep, they normally stop and try to get a Griffin to be able to get that upper hand and that extra gear. See, we're getting really close to the end of summer here.
So how much gear does the Griffin typically drop? Like, what are you getting from it specifically?
I mean, it can
legendary
drop,
items,
it drops
right?
like, yeah, legendary items, epic items. Now it also drops like really good jewelry that you can wear. So when you die in Hunger Dome, you drop everything that's in your inventory, but not your equipped gear, right? So not your helmet, your weapons, stuff like that. But you do drop your jewelry, and the jewelry gives you base stat boosts along with also special abilities. As far like one of the cool pieces of jewelry is a necklace that allows you to see all stealth characters. So if you're wearing that, you can the stealth teams basically are you know, they can't do anything against you.
Yeah, that's actually a really good item to pick up there, especially towards the end. Especially if you got a straggler, maybe one guy left on a team trying to squeak out like a second or third place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do wonder if we'll see a Slayer
rumble right there. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it looks like they
holding fast right now, right?
Yeah, so this castle is about to open up here in a second, and so where they're standing is the gate to the castle, and what they're trying to do is they're trying to rush into the castle and get to the legendary vendor in there before any other team and have control of that castle. So they're just waiting outside of this gate here, trying to make sure no other teams come up and attack them. We're going to check in with the map so I can show you guys what exactly I'm talking about here. So you see, as the circle is closing in, it's about to take over those forts. So once the circle is past the forts and we're into the season of fall, all of those forts you can't spawn in anymore. So now the only teams that can spawn are those 4 teams that have those keeps. And as soon as the castle's open, teams want to rush into the very center and be able to get to that castle. So what we'll probably see is we'll see some teams straggling if they don't have a resurrection point, wait for other teams to go into the castle and then back cap those keeps. Darth Bun Bun,
all right,
he's
so
on that Alpha Warrior, man. Yeah, yep. So now it's fall, so you can no longer spawn at those forts, right? You can still spawn at keeps.
Oh, we're about
the
to get
castle's
a pick right
open. Here. Yeah, so see, there's your 2 teams rushing into the castle.
Now, boys. Yep, trying to get that foothold. Bun Bun, he's W keying right now. He's W key hero, and he's getting in there. A little root piece there, though. He's got to. Yeah, there we go.
They're see, inside this castle, it's 2 levels, so they're trying to get around. See, now they're fighting in the staircase here. This staircase is a real. This fight in this staircase, I've been in these fights. It's awful. It's so hard to win a fight in that staircase.
I love terrain fights, dude. I love when there's a little bit of line of sight going on. I love when there's people that can, you know, pull a cheeky high ground. You don't see somebody shooting arrows at you, stuff like that. So this is actually really cool, I think, fighting the castle. And now they're trying to, like, you know, hot gates them right now. Get them into an area where you can just, you know, throw down that AoE like that with big net breaker right there.
Now they also have to deal with these defenders here, and these guards are a lot stronger than anywhere else on the map, right? So these are the defending point that you have to capture to take this castle. So if you have like green gear, you most likely won't be able to kill all of the defenders unless you're, you know, really coordinated. So it looks like they just kind of let them have. No, nobody's down there at the vendor, so I think they scared off the other team.
Yeah. Do you get anything for these defenders? Are they worth any gold inside the castles?
Yeah, they'll drop gold. They'll drop some gear. Yep, they sure will.
That's good.
All
So
of the
it's definitely
mobs
good to
inside
take 'em
of
out.
the. Yeah, exactly. Well, and you can't capture the castle until you take out all the guards. So you see,
Gotcha.
at the top of that, at the top of the screen there's like a lock with a 1 out of 6, right? That means there's 6 guards that you have to kill to be able to take this castle. Oh, we got a big fight going on with Rufio over here. Huge neck breakers coming out, man. Whenever you see somebody jump up into the air and drop a big people's elbow, is what I like to call it. That's a huge neck breaker. Yeah, man, bunch of damage coming out. I mean, that thing can crit up to like 5 gold stages. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's good, well-timed AoEs, getting them rooted in there and just dropping the damage. Looks like it's pretty even. The healers are doing a really good job in this fight. This is a heal attrition, it looks like. So not many health bars dropping. Got some experienced heals per second going out here, you know?
Yeah, the healer. I mean, healers in this game, they're underrated, man. Like, having a good healer can literally carry your team in all aspects of the game, not just Hunger Dome.
What I love about the healers in this game is they have a lot of like offensive utility too, and like they're in the fights. You're not just sitting there like clicking health bars, which is awesome. I think that's a really nice thing about the healers in Crowfall.
So it looks like another team came into that fight and was trying to sandwich that Corvus Citadel team. It looks like that Corvus team only has like 2 people left, and they're gonna run away. Yeah, so that sandwich was almost wiped the team off the map. So
about
these are
that
all
time
these
you
people
start
are
here
still
fighting.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of fighting because I mean the circle's getting really tighter right now, right? Oh my. Okay, so now we're at the top of the castle here. Your Winterblades is at it again. Yeah, man.
They want
Darth
the action.
Bun.
They want the action.
Huge neck breaker coming out from Darth Bun Bun.
Oh, there's the rain.
They're trying to
dance.
If they can kill Brightdance is a frost stealer.
They're on him hard.
Yeah, he's getting real low there.
Hardcore right now. Definitely a focus thing. Needs to stay in range of his heals, but also not get into that pack. You know, it's kind of a tough decision when you're running away in some of those situations.
They're jumping down. They're trying to recap. So Gur Winterblaze actually owns the castle right now. You can tell by the top of the screen how it matches Darth Bun Bun's symbol. And they're trying to just push them out of this point. A real good strategy what a lot of teams end up doing is they'll just kind of puppy guard this point here and not let other teams take it.
Look how huge his character is. Using all those growth abilities, absolutely massive. Just rumbling.
Yeah, so
in
Half
with
Giant has an
an
ability that, like, you know, makes you get like physically bigger, right? it's actually really cool.
I love it. Half Giant's my jam, dude.
If you do it and then you mount up, you actually have like a giant horse. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I've seen that too.
So yeah, they just scared off that team. Man, this fight. So these are the 2 teams that we were with just before, and they're re-engaged over here. It looks like Shadow Disciple's getting really low.
Yeah, I think it's time for a little tactical retreat right here. Seen a lot more red and white than green banners right now, so it's time to hit the road and see if you can maybe pull off a little cheeky end game play.
So the spectator that's watching this right now, what happened? We kind of came into this fight a little bit late. Like, it looks like they completely just got wiped out.
So the Sibel's team was actually pushing the Malachi team into the fog before a neckbreaker came in and completely turned the fight to the other direction.
Change that plan.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Did anybody,
looks
did you
like
see
they're-
anybody
got some-
get out?
no, that
That team's gone.
that
Oh, man.
Templar was the only person to survive that neckbreaker.
Oh, he was the only one to survive.
Guys, it looks like
So,
my team
we're-
here is going like a shark right now. They are going unrelenting against this other Winterblades team, just chasing them off the wall here.
No guild
So
love
it's-
here. When there's
Yeah, I was
when
gonna say,
there's
it's
money
always
on the
fun.
line, right?
Always fun going against some friends. The stakes are high. You got post-game bragging rights, so we'll see. We'll see how they play it against each other.
Yeah,
These
this
guys
is
play
completely
together a lot,
crazy.
so they know each other.
Completely crazy. They're completely aggressive with each other. I love it. There is no holding back here. It just seems like they're letting everything on the line. They're really going hard for the tournament, and I love the level of competition we're seeing here, guys.
I've seen a lot of good like choke point holds from this team specifically. These guys are kind of funneling people where they want them, which is an impressive strat.
Looks like we got another fight going on over here between. I think we've seen this team fight a couple times today. Rufio, where are they at?
Yeah, we have.
They are just outside of a respawn, or the keep. So this is a very big fight. If these guys go down, they lose their respawn and might get eliminated. So
Yeah. Do either of these teams own this keep?
I believe the Soul Reavers team, not UXA's team.
Oh yeah,
Has
you can
the
kind of tell
respawn.
by the top that top symbol because you're in that area. But yeah, I mean that fog is about to take the keep away. It looks like Numph is about to go down. Numph goes down. Huge neckbreaker coming out to end Numph there. Man, this might be the end of Little Sunflower's team here. I think they only got like 4 people left, or yeah, 4 people to 5 now.
It's pretty close. They're hanging in there, which is good. They might be able to turn it around. We'll see what happens here the next couple seconds. Oh, got a little tactical retreat going on.
Yeah, well, they just lost their resurrection point, so they got to get out of here because they're losing.
Yeah, they need to dip.
yeah,
Yeah, they need to
yeah,
dip for
they're
sure.
gone. They just ran. They're like, all right, we're out.
Yeah. So this is Team Drop Dead right here that we were just seeing. They've been in a ton of fights. Let's see which ones they are. They probably have a lot of kills by now. That's them right there, Malachi Whispers. Is that them, correct?
Yep. Yeah, that's them. So they got 10
they got
kills already.
10 kills. Yeah, they've been
Yeah.
slinging it, dude. They've been getting in there trying to rumble.
Shadow Disciple there on that Alpha Warrior with 206,000 damage. Oh, big fight here on the inside of this wall here. Looks pretty even. One person almost went down, but the healers on both teams, you know, the healers in this game are going to be really important if they can keep their teammates up. Another
So I believe this is Team
Alpha
Magnolia
Warrior.
is one of them. Yeah.
Rufio, how did these two teams meet? How did they come together?
They were both in the walls actually. As the fog started closing in, it pushed them together.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you can't just hide in the wall. Yeah, see the circles coming through right there. Yeah.
What we got here, Bizra? What's the lowdown?
Guys, Simi is being so aggressive here. He's like a shark, just pouncing in, ready to just attack him. He's going through and just laying his traps down, just putting the CC heavy on these guys. I don't even know what's possessed this man, but he is on fire right now. Diving into the fog is a bad idea, though. As soon as you dive into it, you take a tick of damage, and it's heavy.
Yeah, that was
It
a
looks
big
like
chunk
they were-
right there. So
It looks like they're trying to take out Yanni, and the team's name that Yanni is on is called Heals on Yanni. They need to heal Yanni. It's because he's dying, man. He's going down. He's on that Archmage.
Yeah, so this tricky fight on this fog right here. You got to be real careful where you step and where you dodge. You can lose the match just off that damage alone.
It looks like Heels on Yanni. They're trying to get out. They lost a few members. They're running away. But now Girl Winterblades, they actually lost the castle. You see up in the top that somebody is capturing the castle from them. We might have another team trying
like
to
W is going for
respawn
the
here.
close, though. They're going in for the close.
Hog
Just
is
a
getting
giant close up. Oh,
Yeah, it looked like we were having some a lot of contact, and it looked like W was trying to chase down, or I guess Zelina's was trying to chase down Hog there, trying to finish him off. But I think the other fights that were going on were slowing them down, so they pulled off.
time for a slow play here from Hog and Ed Sonori here. They need to wait.
Yeah,
sure.
it's the only two people left on Heels on Yanni. Oh, we got
Guys,
a
it
big
looks like
fight
they're
here
going
outside the
crazy
castle.
back of the castle. Yeah, it's going crazy out here. Numph going down. Gur Winterblades is just playing so aggressive right now, and it looks like they're really showing their dominance here. Oh, Booley's gonna get it. Neckbreaker for neckbreaker.
Just slamming into each other.
Huge neck breakers, man. All day. Every team's gonna have that Alpha Warrior, man. It's such a good archetype.
I really like the back and forth here. I really enjoy it.
Oh man, Corvus got their entire team back up. Rufio, did you see how that happened?
They somehow got a respawn, but look, they're about to get trapped by the hunger here. They all make it
Oh,
in.
it's moving in.
Oh no.
I think they all made it in.
There's another team that they're walking into inside this castle.
Dude, I love how aggressive this team's playing today. They're getting in there. They got tons of kills. They are.
So we got 2 people left from this team. No, 3. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they've got a 3-piece. They're just holding on for dear life, I feel like, right now. Nowhere to go.
So nobody owns this castle right now. So we're halfway through winter. There's no more resurrections happening. So now with the members you have on your team, you have to try to win this. I mean, this is where the Hunger Dome really shines, man. The ending here is going to get so intense. All these teams are up, and they're going to try to win it.
I like how Magnolia's staying on the outside right now, though. They're trying not to get pinched.
Guys, it looks like there's pieces of teams remaining on this castle, just running around on top of these little ways they can go, dodging each other. Some of them are just grasping for any chance to res. Gur Winterblades is just pretty much running around, picking off anyone they can find, and hopefully they can keep the res here and control this castle. The fog is moving in, though.
Do they still have all 5?
All 5 here.
Yeah, they do. Okay, I see them. Yeah, I see them.
This circle is about to get small. We're down to the last 5 minutes, guys.
This is a good place
this
to
is a
hold,
really
by the
good
way.
spot.
They've got really good position.
Yeah, this is a really good spot because you can just sit up here and shoot people as they're moving. You don't have to move. You're just up there hanging out.
Now
The circle will be at your back.
Look at this too. They can't leave. If they leave this, they can jump down, but they can't get back up to that position now. They're sacrificing it by moving. So now it looks like all these teams are coming to the courtyard for one big battle here.
Can we take a look at the scoreboard real quick just to see how many teams are left in this fight? So So look, wait, is everybody still up? That's what it looks like. Everybody's still up. Wow. So every team still has at least one member left.
Kane's just went
That's a
down.
good thing.
Oh, Canes is down. So it's still 11 teams left. 11 teams.
Yeah, it's just
a
a vying for position battle right now.
Yeah, I agree. We just got done with a major, well, not a major fight, but it was a mini fight between the remaining members of several different teams. But it seems like Archon's going to hold out now. Try to hold.
Oh, a huge fight going down right here. This is what happens when the
These
circle
are the
starts
aggressive
closing.
teams.
Yeah,
These are the two most
this is gonna be a good
aggressive.
one.
Yeah.
Guys, this is Shark versus Tiger going down right here, okay? I don't know, but whoever comes out of this probably will be the winner of this tournament today. They're just
Does
staying
seem
on
to be
it.
they're the ones that are trying to get in there and win through brute force, you know?
Big CCs.
Well, they have them trapped in here. They have them trapped because the circle's right behind them. So if they can just push them into that circle, and as it closes, oh, it's starting to close
Here
right
it
now. They're gonna have to
closes, here
move
it
towards the
closes.
center. All right, so the circle is closing. This part's going to get a little bit tight here. We have
This is the
a
Royal
lot
Rumble
of
right
people
here.
left. A lot of people left,
This
man.
is gonna be messy.
A whole lot of teams. So so the strategy here is just try to
want
not
be in the
die.
middle of the sandwich. You want to be
Yeah,
not
exactly.
in the middle. You know what I'm saying? You want to be the bread. You don't want to be the middle content.
Exactly. You see somebody fighting, you're like, okay, we're gonna go pinch them.
Yeah, let's just wait and see who's under the most stress right now.
Oh, we're checking in with a Titan here. This is one of my favorite classes. This Titan does a lot of damage and has the ability to negate a bunch of damage himself. But if he doesn't use an ability at the right time, he could take all the damage that he actually negates. It's a really good pick because of the hunger damage and all the stuff that's going on. Nobody's dying, Pace. Nobody's dying. Everybody's just dancing around.
That's what happens. You get those high coordinated teams been playing together for a long time. You know how to turtle up. You know how to use your advantages. It's actually kind of cool to see how everyone's keeping their team alive right now. But it's gonna come to an end eventually. Somebody's gonna crack. So we'll just see who cracks first.
We got okay. So the circle is closing in. This is going to be the fight to the end here. The circle will shrink to nothing here at a very slow rate. All of the teams are now in the center, just trying to survive, trying to push everybody out. You're going to see a lot of force mages, which push people out. Huge neck breakers coming out. All the damage from all the teams. They're just putting down everything, trying to get out all of the shields, Confessor ult, all of the ultimates, everything.
A lot of HP.
Oh, now I see some get pushed into the hunger right there. He's gonna start ticking. Yeah. So it's
Neck
positional.
breaker. Who's going to be the last one standing? They have to do more damage to the enemy so they
A lot
don't
of people
die
got pushed
to
out
the,
right
to the
here. Oh,
hunger.
but it's one-on-one, 1v1. Oh, nope, never mind.
Oh man! Wow, man! Curse
The Ryan's
Winterblades went
Hunters.
down. Wow, man! I did not expect that at all. Congratulations to Magnolia Captain Muffins. Wow, I did not
Zerain
expect that.
celebrating a little bit there.
Dancing on the corpses of his enemies, man.
Busting
That was
some
awesome.
moves.
That was awesome. So looking at this leaderboard for the very first Eternal Champion Series match, qualifier number 1, in the bottom left-hand screen there, you can see a few cards, and these are all cross teams. So these are kind of awards that happen for each match. Looks like Little Sunflower took the most damage. Took 293,000 damage. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah, just a casual 300k damage. Don't worry about it.
Well, Numph died twice. So that means he died once, got rezzed, died again. And then Little Sunflower, we did see him. We were in with him a good bit today. He got 9 kills total. That's incredible. So this first place
Rumbling
team
kills
here,
and taking the damage.
yeah, for sure. So this first phase team, Magnolia, they're going to move on to the finals instantly for winning this match. This team, man, they did a lot of work here. They got 13 kills. You know what I mean? They did, wow, Muffins did 443,000 damage on that Warden. That's what I'm talking about, man. I love seeing Rangers perform well. That's my favorite class in the game. That's great to see.
Yeah, that's big damage. Even
That's
managed to get some
huge
healing in there
damage.
too with his ultimate, right?
Yeah. So his ultimate gives him self heal as well. And then you see Skull Knight and Zerain or the two other healers. So there was the Inquisitor, which is a Confessor healer, and a Crusader, which is a Cleric healer. Both of them putting out. I mean, Zerain almost put out 500,000 healing points. That's insane. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's nuts.
So I mean,
I kind of like
that
setup. I mean, even Baltham has a ton of heals too, so it's self-sustaining, but then good support healing squad as well.
Yeah, so Balatham was on that Titan, and what I was mentioning before is the Titan can, heal back all the damage it takes over a specific amount of time. So that's how he's not even a healer, but he did 148,000 points of healing. That's insane. So
Just mitigating, yeah, it's important.
Yeah, for sure. So Magnolia is going to move on to the finals. Now, the teams that got 2nd to 7th place, they'll move on into the wild card. So we got Winterblades. I'm sorry, I can't see all of the actual names there, but congratulations to everybody that is moving on to either the wild card or to the finals. That was an insane match, man. I did not see that coming, to be honest with you, not at all.
I just really like the back and forth. I just really enjoyed how, when teams started to lose their advantage, guys that were more experienced were able to just back out, and they weren't necessarily just sitting in there and just throwing themselves away,
Yeah. I mean, and it wasn't like a super. It was a pretty common comp that won that. We'll see a lot of that composition of those teams like that. So having the Titan, having the Alpha Warrior be the frontline damage, right? Having those big healers, the Crusader and the Inquisitor. It's interesting to see that Inquisitor because a lot of people have been playing Earthkeeper because it is a better small scale, healer. But having that Inquisitor with the 450,000 healing points, that may have won it for him because I think Zerain was alive at the end there.
Yeah, he definitely was. He was the one busting out a little emote dance piece on the center stage. So definitely as metas shift in the games, you know how they are with MMOs most of the times. Might have found a little secret diamond with that Inquisitor healer. I'm not even sure if any of the other teams were running that. So it might be a mix-up in future matches.
Yeah, I didn't see that at all. And checking in with the Inquisitor here's some of the abilities that are really important for this class. So you have the Fountain of Life there, and that is a huge AoE heal, right? So what probably Zerain was doing was putting down in the center there was putting down a big heal for his team to survive. But one really important thing is that cleanse, right? So there's a lot of damage over time effects, a lot of debuffs, things like that happen in this game. So having this Inquisitor with that cleanse probably led itself for him to be able to carry his team, in the end there.
Yeah, I agree. Especially as the circle gets smaller and it's a little more chaotic. It's nice to be able to just throw down some AoEs as opposed to, strictly like target healing. You can kind of just keep some utility pumping out at the same time as well.
Yeah, I'm interested to see the compositions in the rest of this tournament and see if they're all pretty similar, see if we're going to see some wild changes to this. I do want to see an Earthkeeper up there. I want to see an Earthkeeper win it, man. I love me a good Earthkeeper. So last. I'm gonna go ahead, Paystar.
I was gonna say it'll be interesting to see if some of these teams that win and move on play the same comps, or if they start to build around their projected enemies comps. So it's kind of a strategic game as well as just the skill based thing as you're moving forward.
Yeah, that's a really good point. So we just want to thank one more time for our signature sponsor, Razer, for sponsoring the Eternal Champions series. We did a collaboration with them, Crowfall and Razer. Look at these mouse pads, man. These are awesome. I can I have a mouse pad? That's awesome.
Yeah, those are sweet.
Yeah, those are really cool. Razorstore.com to go there and get yourself a mouse pad. And keep in mind the Chroma series peripherals, so the Naga and the HyperX. I'm sorry, the Black Widow Ultimate keyboard with the Chroma series those have integrations with Crowfall now. And we also have the sponsors Intel. Thank you again for sponsoring the championship, the Eternal Championship Series. We really appreciate the support. The Alienware Challenge. Now, this is something we mentioned in the very beginning of the stream. If you went to the Crowfall Game Twitter account and retweeted with the amount of Ganetians seen in this screenshot, you are going to win an Eternal Champions t-shirt. The winners are X2 Spooky for Me, Leo Wild, Wibbles TV, or Weebles TV, sorry, Justino 2003, Connor Lansley, Miss Kayla Cat, Folded Rose 1, Puncito 1, Nerdcore TTV, and Blazy McBain. Congratulations for retweeting that. Now, this will happen every single day during the tournament. So if you didn't win this time and you want some of that cool swag, make sure you're doing this on each Saturday and Sunday in the month of May and be able to get yourself a really cool t-shirt. Congratulations to all those people. I'm sure we will be in contact with you to be able to get you your swag there. Now, keep in mind, if you were connected with your Twitch drops today, you connected your Crowfall game account to your Twitch account, you have access to these new rewards. Pace, you were saying something earlier about how to make sure that you claim these.
Yeah, make sure after you claim your Twitch drops, it'll pop up in your Twitch inventory. Make sure you actually go in and claim them after it says you received it. Just kind of a little safeguard there for Twitch to make sure that you are actually actively participating in claiming those drops. So yeah, make sure you go click on them.
So you want to make sure you go to crowfall.com/Twitch and sign in with your Crowfall game account, and then you should be able to link your accounts right there. So if you weren't able to win Twitch drops today, we have some Twitch drops tomorrow. This will be every single time throughout this entire event, the Eternal Champion Series. We have some more Twitch drops tomorrow that you can win. Some really cool stuff. We have that mount there. That's the exclusive one for watching the entire match. And then we also have another sigil there with that. It looks like a little eagle on your belt band that you can have, and then a really cool dancing emote that you can use when you kill people and kind of troll them a little bit. That's always fun, right? When you can dance on the enemies, on the graves of your enemies, right? This was just the first match, right? So this was the very first qualifier of the Eternal Champion Series. There are going to be a total of, I think, 10 or 11 of these, because we have that wild card round and then the finals as well. So every Saturday and Sunday, there will be another match, and we will be here again. So if you didn't get Twitch drops today, you can get them tomorrow. Me and Pace will be back here tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to the future, man. I think this is a really cool event, and Crowfall in general is just doing some great things, especially with this new game mode Hunger Dome. This is really cool to watch.
Yeah, I definitely enjoy it. It's a great mode. Definitely when you are need to pop in, you got a little bit of time to play. You want to rumble a couple Hunger Dome matches without spending too much time doing anything else. Really good addition to the overall feel of Crowfall, in my opinion.
Yeah, so I mean, Crowfall is a MMO PvP throne war game, right? And it's a really hardcore sandbox game, right? These massive guilds are fighting against each other for control of territory and things like that. And having a game mode like this to be able to allow new players to come in and experience the combat, experience building a class, things like that. It's really cool. It's really awesome that this exists now, because it was a little bit of a difficult barrier of entry into the game before, and now you can play Hunger Dome, have your MMO character, and compete in the Hunger Dome and experience some of the most fun parts about the game.
I think it's a great way to practice. You know what I'm saying? You can get in there, you can fight. Yeah, you can get in there, you can fight. There's no real overall penalty for dying in Hunger Dome. You can just get into a new match. You can practice your PvP skills and your tactics if you want to bring that over into the MMO portion of the game, where there's some big stakes on the line. So you want to make sure you're ready for combat each and every time.
Yeah, for sure. So I did just get word. I want to confirm for everybody, if you're having issues with your Twitch drops today, everyone will get them. We'll fix those issues, and we'll be able to help you out with that. I just got word. So if you're having issues with that, be patient. We'll help you out with that as soon as we can. Hopefully we can get that issue fixed for you as soon as possible, especially before tomorrow. So I think we have possibly an interview coming up from one of the team captains of today's match. I'm not sure which one we're going to have right away, but The person we're going to be interviewing is Zio from Drop Dead. They performed pretty well. I mean, all the teams today paced. I mean, really, that ending there, we had 11 teams still alive. Right. Like
Yeah.
everybody was still alive at the very end, just fighting to the death. It was crazy. That's how Hunger Dome's been ending. It's wild. Yeah. So
Yeah, but
the
the
ending of
strategies
that,
were good for sure. Guys, just
yeah, yeah,
even
it
if you
was.
have to ride even if you have to ride the storm there at the end, it's still important that you know your situation. Even if you got one or two guys left, you might be able to squeak yourself into that wild card round.
All right, so we are jumping in with Zivu, the team captain of Drop Dead. Zivu, how are you doing, man? Thanks for joining us today. How did you feel about that match? How do you think about Hunger Dome?
I'm loving Hunger Dome. It creates a very fast-paced game environment. You can either play really defensively, like some teams did, or we chose kind of more of an aggressive route, trying to get teams
Yeah,
out
you did.
early. We think it paid off as good as we, not quite as good as we wanted, but we rolled a couple teams that we were really proud of. The first
Yeah,
place,
I like the
kind of set
aggression
us back.
personally.
Yeah, that's our best part. We kind of banked on the fact that we could just all in, and if we get a kill, then the team kind of just drops. So
Yep.
we're looking forward to.
Yeah, so were you guys, what was the composition that you guys were trying to focus on? Did you have any specific strategy with that, or were you just trying to go, okay, we have the best players, our players are good at these classes, right? Like, what was your strategy for your composition?
So basically, the strategy for our composition was we wanted to kind of have a single target focus group, but if we also had to go into a stack, we can keep most of their team CC'd or some sort of way to keep us sustained and them down on the ground. So we can focus down on that one target and drop it as fast as possible. So that's why we kind of rolled, because our team had an Arbiter, a Paladin, a Fury, a Titan, and then an Alpha. So we kind of had some AoE with the Neckbreakers there, Fury dropping AoE CC, Arbiter having Damnation, kind of dots and stuff, stamina drains. So we can keep main target CC'd, off target CC'd, and focus on what we really need to, which is whatever we need.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that sounds like a good strategy most of the time. Obviously, people I think underestimate a good target caller, especially in games like this, modes like this. Some people just like to go in and spam buttons, but if you've got a good comms and you're able to call out those targets, it makes a massive difference.
Yeah, definitely with Hunger Dome being this earlier kind of game mode. Early on, you could see that if you couldn't focus a target, it was okay. Teams would still drop that weren't coordinated. But going into a competition like this, where everyone knows what class they're playing because they've been practicing, and everyone knows how to play around each other, it gets really intense if you don't have that target going.
Well, Zio, thank you so much for joining us, man. Congratulations on your position and moving into the wild card round, man. I'm excited to see what you guys do in that round. I'm excited to see how you guys play, and good luck. Thanks for playing Hunger Dome, and thanks for playing Crowfall, man.
Thank you.
Good luck, brother.
All right, man.
So
that was a
good.
heck of a day. Heck of a day, man.
Yeah, it's good to get those interviews after the fact and kind of see exactly what those guys were going for, because sometimes there's a little intricacy in there that you might not see just from watching it, but then you get a little bit of that inside information, helps to kind of help you out the next time you watch or form any strategies of your own.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I found it interesting for the Arbiter. He was talking about why he went Arbiter and being able to CC. They were trying to CC two different targets and focus one down. It's really interesting learning about that kind of stuff. I mean, those team leaders, man, some of these guys have been playing this game for years, right? They backed this game back in 2015. They've been playing it for a really long time. So they know the strategies. They know how to win these fights. And they know these classes inside and out, really. It's really cool talking with him. Hopefully we can see throughout this entire champion series a lot of different strategies, a lot of different team leaders coming on, explaining their ideas, helping. Because I mean, honestly, there's a lot of new players that are going to be trying out the game, and being able to hear that kind of stuff is going to be really helpful for their process of learning Crowfall.
Yeah, I agree, man. Then nothing helps a new player more than to hear some tips and trips from the bigger, more coordinated teams.
Yeah, for sure. So Pace, when you're gonna go play Hunger Dome, what archetype you think you're gonna play, man? What do you think your
Bro,
favorite archetype's gonna be?
Bro, I'm a rumbler, brother. I get in there. I just like smashing heads. So as long as I got my boys backing me up, if I make a call, I'm getting in there and throwing elbows. You know what I'm saying?
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. So we did have a bunch of people controlling the camera today, our spectators. Bizra, my man. What did you think of today, man? Where can we find you on your socials? Thank you so much for helping out today, brother.
Guys, thanks for having me. I definitely enjoyed watching. I really thought my team, Gur Winterblades, was going to go in there and lay it down, but they didn't. Check me out by searching for Bizra on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. To be a part of my Crowfall team, check out my guild Hacks on the Crowfall forums. And for hilarious videos, check out Chad Rodell69 on TikTok.
You were like a shark out there spectating, brother.
Yeah, I was on it, man. My team was aggressive with the combat, and we just tried to make sure we were there.
Yeah, that was. So, Biz, thank you so much for helping us out today. Another spectator we had, we talked to him earlier, Furious. What's up, man? How are you? What did you think about today's tournament?
You know, the end of the match there was the most exciting part for me. Unfortunately, the team I was watching, Archon's Wrath, they did end up getting third place, which good for them. See them in the wild card round. But they definitely went the long con, trying to go for a long con version of the game, which is a method you can do. They had a very nice early engagement that ended up in a standoff. I think the Sybil team that they were fighting they were finally losing some guys and just decided to back off and go get some gear, so they were able to hold that fort, which was good. But then they kind of play the long con, staying in their keep. There'd always be occasionally some people coming in, dropping in, but they had plenty of traps down, waiting for that single person popping in. But it was a good ending. I really enjoyed that ending. If you guys want to come find me, I'll be at twitch.tv/FuriousBeardShow. And then in that about section there, you'll find all my other links to anything else that I am on. But yeah, it was a good day.
All right, Furious.
Thanks,
appreciate you, brother. Hopefully we see some more guinea pigs in the match to represent the Shire Rats for you, man. Coming up next is Rufio, the man, the myth, the legend himself. Rufio, what's up, man? What did you think about all that?
Dude, that was amazing. We had so many great fights. I was spectating UXA for most of that, and they had so many eliminations. It was great to see some powerful neck breakers as the Templars, the healers. They were just keeping their groups alive. They started off a little bit rough, having a couple of eliminations, but they got back in, got some respawns, and they went hard. It was a lot of fun to watch that.
Yeah, it was awesome, man. It was really awesome. So you're going to be rated after this, right? So twitch.tv/Rufio, right?
That's right. Make sure to follow me on Twitch. I'll be streaming right after this, and we'll be doing some PvP with my favorite, the Archer Ranger.
Heck yeah, man. So if you're interested in learning more about the Ranger, which is also my favorite class, make sure you go hang out with Rufio. We'll be rating him after this. Thanks so much for helping us out, Rufio.
Yeah, thank you.
Next is Equinar, man. He helped us with some of those scenic shots. What's up, Equinar? How you doing, man?
Oh, not doing too bad. That was a really explosive fight. There were a lot of teams like hanging out towards the edge of the hunger. Just the entire match, just sort of only fighting when they had to, trying to hold on as long as possible. And I think we saw that towards the end there, where there was just every team still alive fighting in that end basketball court.
Yeah, that seems to be kind of the strategy that people are playing, right? Because I mean, there's so much on the line. Why take a fight that you might not win, right? So, hey man, well, we appreciate the help today with those cameras and everything. And you'll be back tomorrow. Where can we find you on your socials, by the way?
So you can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/it'sequinar or on Twitter at Equinar_. So thank you guys so much for having me on today.
Thank you, Equinar.
Thanks for helping out. Man, that was a heck of a show, man. For the first ever qualifier rounds for Eternal Champion Series Crowfall. What do you think, Pace? Where do you think this is going?
I just like the fact that there were so many good experienced teams in the first round. because people are going to be sizing each other up now, like we talked about a little bit earlier. So moving forward, you got to see who you're going to be pairing up with, which is, like you said, we even saw early in that match when teams were going against people that they knew, how they were kind of, posturing a little bit like, oh, we got our boys over here, maybe holding one area. We know they have a solid defense. Maybe we'll go hit up another team that we know is a little bit weaker in some specific areas. So I don't know. I think it's really cool that there's going to be some different strategies developing as the tournament goes on with teams winning and qualifying.
Yeah, I'm super excited about it. So if you're interested in Crowfall, you're interested in playing Hunger Dome, there's also, Crowfall is an entire PvP MMO Throne War game. Go to crowfall.com, sign up, get into the beta. It's a lot of fun. We have a lot of good streamers that can help you out if you're new to the game. Pace, I just want to say thank you so much for co-hosting with me today, man. You really picked up the slack and helped me out. My first time ever doing something like this. So thanks.
You
I really
did
appreciate that.
fantastic, my friend. Hey, glad to do it. Glad to help out and help get the game rolling. So I appreciate everyone here watching as well. And thank you for you guys to stop in and check it out. You should go sign up for yourself. I believe there still might be some Hunger Dome openings. So is that correct, Dilbo?
Yeah. So actually, yeah, if you can still get in the qualifiers for, I think 3, 4, and on, you can still get into this tournament. So if you want a chance at that $50,000 worth of cash and prizes, go to crowfall.com/eternal champions, sign up, download the game, get your team, practice some Hunger Dome. Hopefully we see you guys in the tournament. Thank you guys so
get a
much
piece of
for
the action.
checking out. Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much for checking out the stream today, guys. Seriously, we really appreciate it. My name's been Dilbo Davgans. That's Dill with a B. We'll see you guys tomorrow for another Crowfall Eternal Champion Series qualifier round 2. Thank you guys. Appreciate you.